Hello, who am I talking to?
Francis Widdowson.
Francis, welcome to our chamber. Your question, go right ahead.
Yes, I do. Do you want me to turn off the sound here? I don't quite know how this works.
No, well, I think we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
It'll help if she mutes the sound of the meeting so there's no back feedback.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, no, I just wasn't sure where we were at with the meeting. Anyway, as people know, I am a contributor to the book Grave Error, and therefore I am very, very concerned about Council supporting this Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs resolution. I believe there are many defamatory statements that are made, and I'm particularly concerned about the statement that the Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs Council categorically rejects any and all residential school racist denialism and ardent dissemination of racist misinformation.
Point of order, Chair, is there a question?
I'm just doing just like the previous speaker was given an opportunity to have a setup for the question. I should have the fairness to be able to have this set up for my question.
Continue, Francis. Thank you.
The ardent dissemination of racist misinformation put forward by the authors, which includes me, of Grave Error, How the Media Misled Us and They Left Out, and the Truth About the Residential Schools, and perpetuated by members of the public and elected officials. So, I have since all of these people, these councillors, have voted in favor of supporting this resolution. My question to them, assuming they have read the book, which they probably have not, what is the racist misinformation put forward by the authors of Grave Error, like myself? And how has this been perpetuated by members of the public and elected officials? Thank you very much.
Thank you for your question. Is there anybody on council that wants to respond? Councillor Elliot, go right ahead.
Thank you, Ms. Widdowson, for your question, and I understand your concern. The supporting of the resolution is supporting what the asks are for the therefores, whereas there's preamble and background that explains where a person's perspective is coming from, and I accept the perspective of the people who put forward where they're coming from is their perspective. The therefore we are resolved part of it is the asks, and I support those asks, and that's what our resolution says. So that's my answer to your question. Thank you.
Could I have a follow-up question?
Yes, go right ahead.
So, since this is what is being put, it is going to cause confusion if councillors support this resolution, because people won't know that they are not supporting the preamble. Do councillors agree with this statement that there is racist misinformation put forward by the authors of Grave Error, such as myself, and that it has been perpetuated by members of the public and elected officials?
We have a question from Francis. Anybody want to tackle that one? Councillor Elliot.
So for me, Councillor Elliot here, the idea that you need to agree or disagree with where somebody's coming from, the truth of where they're coming from, is part of the problem. There isn't a societal or a group requirement to agree with someone's story. We respect that their story is their truth and where they're coming from. And we move forward to how do we want to move forward? And so your question goes to the heart of what the issue is. It's the questioning of people's stories that is the problem. You don't
Could I have
need to
another-
question, you don't, excuse me, you don't need to question someone's story and what they tell you their truth is in order to get to the part, well, okay, that hurts, I get it. And I don't need to know all the details nor agree with every single cross T or I. The point is that was horrible. It wasn't good, and we need to do something different. We need to reconcile in our society a way forward that is less hurtful and better for all. And focusing on whether somebody's story is absolutely to the letter correct or not is harmful, and I won't do it. Thank you.
Could I have another follow-up?
Sure. Yes, go right ahead before we get to Councillor Southcott.
Do you think that people should accept stories that are false and defame people?
I think my answer stands.
Okay, and next we have Councillor Southcott.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to speak because I introduced this motion. And I want to simply return to the reason I did, and that was to point to listening as a way to get past the divisions that we experience in our community. And when I say our community, I am including all of us of European and whatever other descent, and also the Indigenous people of this area, because that's what I consider our community to be. What's important to me is that we find our way back to working together. And the way that I have experienced most effectively that to be is listening to each other. And that simply means, without repeating what Councillor Elliot said, I essentially agree with her point of view, but it's about listening. We have to get past feeling offended or etc. The reactions that we feel, if we can take a step past that because of being large and generous people, and that is what I am hoping for in our community, and that is why I presented this resolution. Thank you.
Could I have a
Thank you, Councillor
follow-up?
Southcott. Yeah, go right ahead.
So I have listened to this resolution that has been put forward by the Union of British Columbia and Indian Chiefs. This is the comments that are made are defamatory and falsely accuse members of the Canadian public of racism. Do you think that people should have to be defamed by racist accusations without any evidence being put forward to support it?
Anybody want to respond?
I'm sorry, I don't know why that's a question. The results of residential schools speaks for itself. I think you're saying no evidence is quite contrary to all of the evidence before us in the history of Canada. I don't know, I can't respond because I don't understand your perspective. I can't see why you would say the things you're saying, because for me, it's incredibly obvious that racist stuff happened through residential schools. It hurt people. My own family doesn't speak their own language anymore. And the results of all of the things that have happened add up to racism. So whether an individual act or a conglomeration of snowballing acts landed us here, the result is racist. It was racist to the Indigenous peoples of Canada, the process that we went through. And so I'm sorry, I don't know why that's a question.
Well, maybe I can have a follow-up to explain it to you. What I'm talking about is not racism that was perpetuated in the residential schools or by Joseph Trutch or whomever. What I'm referring to is the comment by the Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs that there was racist residential school denialism and racist misinformation put forward by the authors of grave error. The Union of British Columbia Indian Chiefs has provided no evidence of there being racist misinformation put forward by the authors of grave error. Does Councillor Southcott think that people like myself and other contributors, the distinguished contributors of grave error, should have to put up with defamation without any evidence being provided?
I can answer that. There's a distinction between misinformation and disinformation. Misinformation may be unintentional. Disinformation is intentional. I'm referring to, and I take that as an answer to your question, because perhaps greater insight will demonstrate the difference relative to your work and the others who contributed to that book.
Could I have a follow-up?
Yes, go right ahead.
Point of order, Chair.
Mayor, we've got other people
Yes, I
lined
know.
up to ask
I know.
questions, and the
We have
questioner
one more question.
has asked many questions
Let
already.
the speaker finish. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Ms. Widdowson.
Since I've been defamed by these whole processes that are going on, I think I can have a bit of latitude given to me. Mr. Southcott, what is the racist misinformation that is put forward by the authors of grave error?
I'm not prepared to answer that question. I answered your question already.
Okay, Ms. Widdowson, we're going to conclude the questions from you for tonight. Appreciate you tuning in, and we'll move along to the next question.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.